Welcome back. He's on Fire podcast. Weird things happen in the first weekend of October. Weird things.
He's on fire!
But damn, that felt good. I want to ask you guys something. When the Phoenix Suns beat the LA Clippers, we beat them in LA, right? Okay. When the Phoenix Suns beat the LA Lakers, we beat them in LA, right? When the Arizona State Sun Devils whooped on UCLA last night, that was in LA at the Rose Bowl, right? When the Cardinals destroyed the Rams today, that was in LA. Phoenix owns LA right now, and I am absolutely loving it. I was so ecstatic with today's game. I couldn't hold it in. My family was sleeping. I'm on the couch going crazy. Now I finally get to be loud and talk about it. He's on Fire podcast coming at you. Let's go.
Urkavici sets. Looks up. And it is caught!
Was this in LA too? That was in LA.
Blitz coming. Matthews. Palmer extending the play. Crosses the field. Larry Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald is insane to the 4-yard line.
Crowder looking, throws it alley. Oh! He puts it down! He puts it down! They're getting a little wobbly. Philadelphia just IU. A foot race. They won't get it. Center field. The Diamondbacks are world champions.
What a hell of a weekend for Arizona sports in general. Not you, Diamondbacks. No, definitely not you. But overall, what a weekend. I expected going into this weekend with nothing but L's. And we came in with nothing but W's. Any given Sunday, just the play calling, the stout defense against a zone running team, the perfect game by Kyler Murray, Byron Murphy butting into an absolute star, and Jalen Thompson laying the smackdown over and over again. And our secondary, Budda Baker's 24? Byron Murphy's 23. I saw Jalen Thompson's 23. These dudes are here to ball for a long time, Arizona Cardinals fans. But I need to bring in our co-host, and we're going to start with my boy, Amit, who was at the game today, cheering hard in red.
Card's house. It was our house, man. Someone needs to go to Wikipedia and change the ownership of the SoFi Stadium, the Rose Bowl, the Staples Center. We own all that, and we own rent in all of those fans' heads.
Rent free.
Yeah.
Rent free.
Yeah.
And they're still coming on and talking ish.
Yeah.
But we need to bring on Jay. Jay, we were going back and forth a little bit through a couple podcasts. You were the positive one. I started drinking your Kool-Aid. I woke up today and I was like, fuck, man, dude, this ain't going to be good. This is not going to be a good day. Here you are. Right again. How did it feel watching that game today, Jay?
I couldn't comprehend it after our first couple of drives. I mean, Kyler had the perfect game. I had no issues with Cliff, but we'll get into everything. I'm happy to be here. Positive vibes. LA, what's going on with you? But I want to hear. I want to hear about
online.
I want to hear about Amit's experience at SoFi.
Yeah, Amit, you were at the game today.
Yep.
You shared some pics of you and your kid. He looked like he had a ball. You were saying he wants to be the next Kyler Murray. You never know, he could be. How fun would that be? But what was the vibe like going into the stadium? Were you there like an hour early or 4 hours early? Did you tailgate? What was the vibe before you even entered the stadium?
Yeah, so we got there a little bit late. We had a little brunch thing because I had some friends in town for my birthday. So we got there. We probably missed the first 7 minutes of the first quarter. But, I mean, generally with LA crowds, they're just not that hype, man. And even the tailgate scene, like coming in, like we know how to tailgate, right? And like the tailgate scene was weak, but maybe I was coming in late, so maybe it already wrapped up. But even what I saw, I was just like, whatever. But the stadium is impeccable. I mean, it's just, I wish they had air conditioning because it was a hot day today. It was about 87, but the stadium itself is unbelievable. I mean, goddamn. And that, you guys, I don't know if you guys caught the Jumbotron, but that thing, it circles the whole stadium. And then if you're down below, it's inside as well. So you can see it from both sides. And then, they have the skyboxes down on the field, like the way the Cowboys do in their stadium, where like you can get a skybox right there on the field. And but no, I mean, there was a lot of Cards fans there. I was doing a lot of high fives. We did a lot of like whose house, Cards house chants, because that's the Rams thing. Is they go whose house, Rams house, and we took that over. And the funny thing is that with the Laker fans and the Rams fans, what they do is they always like, hey man, you guys played a really good game, like you guys are good, but they don't see us as a rival. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I'm like, bro, like
because they kick our
we just
ass,
stomped
man.
you. We just stomped you. Like, what do you like? You should be bitter. You need to be bitter. So it was. I mean, it was just a great experience. The food is terrible there. I'll just say that.
Ooh, what do they got inside the stadium? Like just shitty McDonald's? Do they got any barbecue stuff? What do they have in there?
No, dude. I had a pizza, but it was like cold. It was like a French bread pizza. My son didn't want to. Like it was bad, man. The food was not good, and then the other thing, we just got Lay's chips and just not a lot of like, because at least at the Staples Center and like gourmet stuff here, it's not even gourmet, and they're still charging those prices. So it's like, it is what it is.
Maybe they save the gourmet
dude, it's
stuff
so
for the Chargers
different
fans.
To watch Kyler in person to when you get to see the whole field and where he's going with the ball, because you can see it before the play, and you're like, oh yeah, he's manipulating the defense. He knows what he wants to do. And I was telling my son, I'm like, look, watch number 10. Like, watch 10 here, watch 18 here. Just see where the ball goes. And he was just putting it on a dot to them. I'm like, there's no way he's going to get that corner. And then I just see those feet moving, and he gets a corner at least 3 times where I was just like, oh, my God, I didn't know he got that first down. And he did.
Amit, you're
so I mean, it's just
you're lagging pretty badly right now. You're getting a little. You might have to just disconnect and reconnect real quick.
All right, I'll get back.
Yeah. We'll get you back in because I want to hear about the rest of the experience. I really want to hear about what everybody was doing and chanting when we went up to. Because man. I didn't even the fact that we went up early in the game, granted we gave it right back. I was like, okay, wait a minute. This might be a different game. I feel like I saw it right from the beginning. Let's see if that's any better. Looks a little bit better, but we'll check it out. So you talked about all that stuff. What was the mood like when they were up early in the game? Was it just like, oh yeah, we got this?
Yeah, typical, LA fans are like, oh yeah, we're gonna stomp them, it's fine. And we were just like, we were watching them like, okay, it's 10-7. But the way we were moving the ball on the first drive, I was like, let's just see. Like I was confident, I felt good because, just seeing Kyler this season, he's a different player, man. He's different. That dude is different. Like the way and I'll say this, like. Stafford, and I know you're high on Stafford. I watched him, I'm like, this is who Matthew Stafford was. He did make 2 throws. He made that sidearm touchdown throw, and I think he threw another dot in between 2 defenders before in the second quarter, like going into the halftime. But other than that, like the guy was off. Like he could not make throws. And then the pick, right? So like, and he had like relatively like a pretty clean pocket most of the game.
Towards the end, man, they weren't like getting to him,
Yeah.
They were absolutely collapsing that pocket. Yes, he is.
Yeah. But no, man, I mean, it was a great experience. Everybody there, Cardinals fans, we were just loving it, dude. We were just rubbing it in.
Good.
Yeah.
Attaboy.
Yeah.
Attaboy. So at the end of the game, did you stay for the whole thing or did you leave early?
No, we left early because half the stadium was empty. I took that picture I put on Twitter. It was 37-13. And we were just like, let's just get out of here, try to beat the traffic. I know they got that touchdown at the end. We heard it as we were walking out, but I mean, it was a garbage touchdown, whatever. Like, the game was over way before that.
Yeah.
I needed that touchdown for fantasy purposes because I got Matt Steph on my fantasy. So I was like, that's fine. 37-20. I'll live with that. Yeah, Roy, Razorbacks, man, y'all got smashed. You got another opportunity this coming week. I think you guys play Ole Miss. You guys are ranked 15. They're 17 or something along that. Y'all have a chance to come back and do something, but it really just proved the difference of talent level from the Alabama, Georgia team then to the next kind of tier in the SEC. That's what that proved. And as far as the Falcons, man, I don't even know what to say about the Falcons. I don't know why y'all kept Matt Ryan this year. I think that was an absolute waste of time. But here you are. You need to get a get a good pick. I would just trade his ass to Chicago or Denver if I was the Falcons.
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh. Do they really need another 6'5" dude that can't run and is slow as well? I don't think that's the right answer for Pittsburgh either.
I mean, anything is better than what they have right now.
He's perfect for Denver right now. He's absolutely perfect. So I'm so glad that you got to go experience that today, Amit.
Yeah.
I am very jealous of you. I didn't go. I'm probably not going to go to any sporting games this year until the Suns play here in Utah, maybe. That'll be the next one that I do. But I do want to add this tidbit today. This is from PHNX on Twitter. Passing yards, they actually got us in that. Rushing yards. Look at that discrepancy. After that second drive that the Rams had, where it's the obligatory, let's run it down their throats for the whole drive, just like the Jags did. And they did it well that one time, but not one rusher got over 100 yards. Darrell Henderson, who killed us to start the game, didn't get over 100 yards. Total yards, 484 to 401. We'll take that. Look at that time of possession. Did you ever think we would see that with a Cliff Kingsbury offense? I know it's not the air raid, but he likes to go fast, right? He wants to get plays off. I never thought we would win 35-24 like that, you guys.
And seeing it in person, like I didn't realize, like they're running like a hurry up, no huddle. Like I didn't realize how quick they moved the ball because they come up there. They didn't give the Rams a chance to really set their defense. They were on their heels. And Chase Edmonds, man, what can we say about him? Like he played stellar.
120 yards today. James Conner had more rushes, less touches, but more rushes. And he had 2 touchdowns. Just that backfield, when they walked off the final time, you probably left at this time, Amit.
Yeah.
They were arm over arm over each other's shoulders while they were walking off that backfield together. And I'm just like, man, I tweeted about that. You love to see that. They looked patient and they looked ready to cut through that hole as quickly as possible. And James Conner, only had 40 or 50 yards maybe. He was good today too.
Yep.
Sorry, it looks like my connection is good. My connection's going down a little bit. So you guys take over for a quick second.
But yeah, like I'm so jealous that you had that opportunity to go to SoFi. Hopefully I can go there in the future. Like I wonder if like how concerts would be like sold out concerts at that stadium. So but
concerts would be dope, I bet.
But like what a game. Seriously. Like I think what we need to start doing is do what Cleveland does with Nick Chubbs and Kareem Hunt. We should have Chase Edmonds starting majority of the time, and then have James Conner like in the red zone. And
third down and short, I think they're starting to do that. Like I feel like doesn't Cleveland kind of do like one series one back, one series the other back too? Don't they kind of roll like that?
A little bit.
Yeah, the way Cliff's using him, I don't know if I can say anything. Roy just asked how was his play called, Cliff Kingsbury. I thought Cliff Kingsbury had the perfect game today.
Best game.
That pass where for Max Williams that went for 20 yards into like down to the 5.
Yep.
It was so beautifully designed on a third down. I think it was a third down play. I hope it
Yeah,
was. So I don't sound stupid.
It was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was.
And they got him all the way down to the 5. It was like a 25-yard play. I mean, I want to bring up the stats real quick because I want to show you guys something that I thought was very interesting. AJ Green had 67 yards receiving, D Hop 67, Max Williams 66, and then Rondale Moore for 28.
Uh-huh.
And we only threw for 268 yards. It's not like we went out there and threw for 400 and really beat them down. Like, we were able to do this on the ground and in the air. Almost 500 yards of total option. We have 30 plus points per game and over 400 yards each game to start this season. Like, are we the best team in the NFC or the NFL?
Definitely the NFC.
Yeah, definitely NFC.
Yeah.
Who's the best team then? Buffalo?
They have spurts of dominance, but I'm like, how did they lose to Pittsburgh?
Yeah.
Right? I mean,
and this is where I want to pump the brakes too. It's like, we can have this discussion, which is wonderful to have, but I also want to pump the brakes because I don't want to come out flat against San Francisco next week. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We have to go 3 and yep.
You know,
they're coming off of a loss. And by the way, everybody on this podcast picked the NFC West perfectly again. Jay did. Jay picked it. I picked the Cardinals to lose today. I think you actually officially picked Amit for them to lose. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I did too. I did.
But we picked everybody picked the Seattle San Francisco game correctly. And then all the teams play each other next week. LA goes up to Seattle and San Fran comes to Arizona. So we have to go 3-3, and we just got to win we didn't expect. So we need to apply that pressure. Yep. So if we lose next week, it's right back to square one, in my opinion. You know what I mean? But LA also just came off of a really big win against Tampa. You know, maybe they were flying high, so this was a letdown loss. So I really don't want to look super into this and be like, we are the best team. But when you put up 400 yards and 30 points in each game, that question needs to be asked, especially with a dominant performance on defense like this, and nobody's held them to 20 points or under. Like, let's be real. So I say all that, Amit. Are we the best team? But let's slow our roll. I say all that. What are your thoughts immediately?
I mean, offensively, I think we're the best team. Like, offensively, I think defense, there's a lot of things we still need to figure out because things are inconsistent. Like, week 1, we had so much pressure, and we haven't seen that sort of pressure again, unless the team is behind. The run defense, like, obviously we saw Gerald Henderson was cutting us up in the zone scheme, and then the previous week as well. So, you know, we'll have to see. But the secondary has proven that we are legit, at least on that side of the field. Like, the secondary is good.
Yes. Real quick, I need to go to that tweet. Where is it, Johnny Venerable? If you guys don't know Johnny Venerable on Twitter, y'all need to get at him. One of the best correspondents for covering Arizona Cardinals football. Buda Baker, 25 years old. Jalen Thompson, 23. Marco Wilson, 22. Byron Murphy, 23.
Yeah.
Wow.
How ridiculous is that?
Yeah.
Wow.
And can we talk about Jalen Thompson specifically right now? That dude came out, balled his ass off, laid the wood on multiple players. They know who that guy is now, and he is the cheat code of no. He was a cheat code today. He was the heat-seeking missile that we all expect Buda Baker to be. We're not downplaying Buda, but he's not covering up a lot of deficiencies like he did last year. Yep. So a big difference there. Jay, what did you see out of Jalen Thompson today? Because damn.
Can you go back to the stats and go to the targets of Cup and all the rest of the receivers and look at the total catch amount and stuff and how low it is and how many targets there were?
Anybody got a Mac? What's the hotkey to zoom in? I feel stupid right now. I knew this, but I don't know it. Cooper Kupp had 13 targets for 5 catches.
That's ridiculous,
dude.
And by the way,
number one receiver in the league, by the way.
By the way, that was not PI. That play was not PI.
No.
It was not PI. Yeah.
Yeah.
You talking about the interception where Matt Stafford got grazed in the face?
Yeah.
whatever play it was. We're on Jalen Thompson. I'm saying like they called PI on him and it wasn't. I think
I don't remember that.
Yeah,
one.
it was. I think it was like a third down or something, but they called it for it, and I was like, "That's bullshit, dude. Come on."
What about the hit on Matt Stafford that turned into an interception, but they grazed his head or his helmet?
That was a graze.
I mean, we got the same call too, even though it was a little bit more.
Even though his face mask was turned, no big deal.
I mean, whatever. Like, but dude, the play that I remember though, that Chase Edmonds play where he basically punched a guy in the face on that.
That was nasty, bro.
That should be a penalty. Like, I'm sorry, that should be a penalty.
That was a Derrick Henry fuck you stiff arm. That's what that was.
It was for a little guy. That was pretty bold.
So
do you know what it should have been a penalty?
What?
When Jalen Ramsey like pushed down D-Hop for like no reason. Did you see that shit?
Mm-mm.
No. Like Jalen was just hanging on to him. D-Hop was just trying to do like a quick slant, and Jalen broke it up and he just shoved him down, and the ref was like looking right at him.
I did see that. I saw that one. Yeah.
So
I don't remember that one.
Yeah. But yeah, Jalen Ramsey, like he did exactly what I thought he would do. He was taking out the game completely, was on D-Hop. D-Hop distracted him with bullshit routes, whatever. And then AJ Green ate. Christian Kirk didn't even have to do anything. Like, I don't even know if he played or not.
I did. Catch. It's funny. Funny you say that because I was watching the game. I'm like, I haven't heard his name the whole time. But then I saw him going in motion. I saw 13 going in motion. I'm like, okay, so he is playing. He's just not catching the ball.
I mean, he's the best slot receiver in the league right now, and they went out and they tried to take him out, and then they tried to take D-Hop out, and then what happened? AJ Green got his, Max Williams got his. There you go. Ball game. And how about seeing D-Hop on the right side and up the middle, huh?
Yep.
Give me that all day. Like, we're really hyping up everything that happened today. The defense played spectacular. I'd still like to see more Chandler Jones sacks. You had 5 in game 1, and you haven't had any in the last 3 games. We really didn't get to the quarterback, but we were able to make him uncomfortable, which I'll take. They pressured him, but they were also in throwing situations from about the middle of the third quarter on. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it was obvious that we were going to bring pressure, and we brought it. They didn't get tired. It was a relentless pass rush, and we made them uncomfortable. So we didn't get the stats, but we did what we were supposed to do. And who can really complain, right? Now we're nitpicking. Now we're like, I need 20 sacks out of Chandler Jones. Like, no, we're kicking ass right now. We're flying high. Is San Fran now a trap game all of a sudden, though, Jay?
They just announced earlier today that Trey Lance is going to be starting next game too.
Okay, that's interesting.
So, I don't think it's a trap game per se. Like today's game was very tight.
Their kicker Robbie Gould got hurt in pregame warmups, and they had their punter kicking field goals, and it totally showed because they missed an extra point. They had to go for an onside kick at the end of the game to try to get the ball back, and it was like the worst onside kick from a punter because he doesn't practice it. So that matters. Yeah,
for sure. Like, I don't think it's a trap game. Like, I think it will be a pretty good competition. But it's just this bouncing between Jimmy G and Trey Lance. I know Jimmy G has something with his hamstring right now, but I don't think Trey Lance is getting enough reps in practice just in general, and it kind of shows a little bit. So, like, that's my comments about it.
We're number 1 in the NFC right now. I'm trying to find a tweet. So Shanahan on Trey Lance's performance today, Shanahan, the head coach of the San Francisco 49ers, he said it looked like a typical first game. That's why he's the number 2 quarterback.
Thanks, Shanahan.
All right, Bill Belichick, tell us something that we don't know.
So, I mean, that's not instilling a lot of confidence in your rookie quarterback who now has to take the helm for the next 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks. Who knows how long? I love seeing that personally. Like, give me that quote all day long as a Cardinals fan. But remember what happened last time we faced a rookie quarterback? They will toast the shit out of us, or backup quarterbacks.
Yeah. That's true.
I don't know.
Let's just see, because I think they have an advantage there with their game plan, because we don't know what they're going to do, right? Are they going to run
Right.
pistol? Are they going to run some, RPO? Like, what are they going to do with him? So it gives them a little bit of an advantage to be like, oh yeah, we don't know who's going to be, or we're going to go with him, and we haven't seen him play. But I mean, our defense sees that all the time, and and our defense is very, very feisty. So I'm expecting some turnovers.
I'm expecting some turnovers. I still have my Stockholm syndrome, man. No matter how many times a team can prove to me otherwise. Now we're having the backup rookie quarterback come in. Oh, yep, I've seen this before. After coming off of a really huge win, yep, I've seen that too. Oh, their kicker's also out. Oh, yep, I've seen that. You know what I mean? I'm worried about it. I don't want them coming off of this high quite yet, and I want them to just start steamrolling teams, man.
Yeah.
I mean, it's inevitable. We're going to lose at some point. You really hope it's not to a division opponent, though. Like,
Yes.
Yeah.
if we can start off 2-0, that just does absolute wonders for us. Because then, dude, we got to travel to Ohio the next week. We got to go to Cleveland. We play them in 2 weeks. And then we finally get a couple home games. So I'm worried. I'm legitimately worried. But it's not because of like a lack of trust in Cliff now. Because Cliff Kingsbury coached the perfect game today. When we got the ball back with 3:45 or whatever was left in the first half, and we drove all the way down, kicked a field goal, which was fine, and left them with 4 seconds, it was perfect. We get the ball back to start the second half. We drove it all the way down to 11 or 10 minutes?
Yep.
Like by that point, their defense had been on the field for 8 to 9 minutes total. And where was our defense? Chilling on the sideline. And we were able to come out and do some things and control the clock. And you saw it with the stats that I put up yesterday. Dude, Cliff Kingsbury called the perfect game today. For as much shit as we give him, he deserves the props. All the props. Amit, you had kind of a different view sitting up high. What did you see from play calling, schematics, anything like that? I know you had your son with you, so it's probably a little more difficult. But
yeah, no, I mean, honestly, I had some clarity, because when you can see the entire field, because we don't get that view, right? When we watch it on TV, we can't see the secondary, and when the wide receivers go out of the scope, like what they're doing. But I just saw Kyler who's a master. Like, he would turn his head, he would turn his hips, he would manipulate the safeties and the secondary, and then he would go back the other way and just complete these ridiculous catches or passes, right? And these guys would make ridiculous catches, and he did that multiple times. And it was just and then, like I said, like, his speed on the field, like, seeing it in person is totally different. It's like watching like seeing like Kevin Garnett or something, or Amari Stoudemire, like just like an athlete that's like out of their world, like
eye-popping athlete.
Yes, he is that guy. And then on top of that, the angles that he made throws from, like, I gave props to Stafford for making that sidearm touchdown throw. That's like, dude, that's Kyler just fucking around. Like,
Johnny Venerable just tweeted this 3 minutes ago. Kyler Murray is on pace for 51 total touchdowns and 5,800 yards.
Yes.
Right. I mean, right now he's the early season MVP. He is.
For sure.
But we all said the same thing about Russell Wilson last year, this time. And then we beat him that Sunday night game, which was week 5 or week 6 or something like that. So we're not going to get too into that. We're really not. We're just saying that's where we are right now. King, what's going on, man? Thank you for joining us. And Roy and Six Man Sundo in the house as well, too. So thank you guys for coming out. Go hit like, subscribe, and share this out, please. Go on, Amit.
And the other thing is, no picks today. No picks.
Hey,
no picks.
Right. I mentioned, like, last week, I'm like, yeah, he's getting in that Brett Favre zone where he's just kind of chucking it up, right? And we saw Stafford make that same stupid throw that Kyler has made the last 3 games or 4 games or whatever it was. But no, he just looks so sharp, dude. He looks so sharp.
The game is slowing down for him.
Yeah.
It has slowed down. He's reading everything perfectly. I love watching him. The one thing that really stood out to me was the communication. When he would go up to the line and he would say something, they would break with about 14, 15 seconds left. He's back there. He's calling things out left and right. And then you see Chase Edmonds right next to him going up to the line, calling something, then turning to Kyler turning to him, getting on the same page, and it's a 28-yard play.
Right.
And I saw Chase Edmonds do that multiple times, going up to the line and saying things.
Yeah.
The communication on the team is so much better than I thought it would be. Kyler has everything slowed down like the Matrix now.
Yeah.
And he's just baiting dudes, man. You just see him throwing over here and running this way. He is baiting dudes. Yeah. Kyler Murray is the early season MVP. Jay, go off on Kyler Murray a little bit, because 5,800 yards and 50 touchdowns, that's a historic season, bro.
In the first quarter, by the end of the first quarter, like he completed 13 in a row. Like really? He was like, he was 12 of 13 with like a minute 30 left. Kyler was amazing today, and he his accuracy has jumped tremendously since last season. That AJ Green throw, that was a PI, by the way. Like,
you talking about the touchdown one or the one before on the sideline? They both were.
The one where he's sort of center field, like in the 20, he caught it. It was a big ass lob. So that one, and then the pass to Max Williams in the end zone, like he threaded the needle perfect. And then this wasn't incomplete, but Edmonds was on the sideline. The ball dropped perfectly in his hands. He just couldn't hang on to it. He's been incredible this season. Like, he is like giving us the whole package. He's early season MVP, and we held the Rams to one touchdown the whole game, besides that bullshit one at the end of the game. But we played the perfect game, and I swear to God, on sports media tomorrow, if I hear like the Rams lost this, or just talk about how the Rams lost, dude, and not how the Cardinals win, I swear to God, because played the
you can't even bring that up. Like, it's to the point where you can't pinpoint a play or two or an injury or something like that. No, they got beat heavily, handedly, whatever that damn word is. They got beat soundly. That's what I was going for. MMVV, thank you for coming in. We appreciate you, man.
Dude, we ate their lunch. We ate their fucking lunch. Like, it wasn't
flatbread pizza. That flatbread pizza.
That fucking garbage French bread pizza. Yes.
And we got to play them again.
Yeah.
And that's going to be the scary thing. We do have to play them again. They're going to remember this. Let's take this for what it was. And this was a week 4 victory, right? Yeah. In the division, which means a little bit more. But considering we went 0-8 the last 8 times we played them, like, this does mean a little bit more. Probably more so for fans than it really does for the players. You know what I mean?
Yep. But the thing is that, like, when you get to week 4, like, you kind of know what teams are at this point. And so we know what this team is. Like, this team is an offensive juggernaut. Like, that's what they are. And our kicking game, shots of Prater, hitting that 55-yard field goal, like, we have a kicking game now.
Fucking dime.
Yeah.
This game was great.
It was great, but the only thing that this guarantees you is a 4-13 record right now. It's the only thing that this win guarantees you. So keep moving, enjoy it tonight, and then we need to come out. Like, no, we're not playing it, but I definitely believe in mind over matter and positivity and vibes and all that stuff. So I definitely believe if Cardinal Nation were to collectively go in and believe that we can beat San Francisco, I believe we will. I believe we're the better team. But any given Sunday, dude, anything can happen. We saw it today. Why the hell did the Jets beat the Titans? Like,
oh my God,
none of that makes sense.
I'm done.
Let's go over some stuff in the NFL
Bucks barely
today.
won.
You guys down?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't like this. He only got hurt when he used to run first. Now he doesn't. Yeah, you're completely right. Yeah. You're completely right, MMVV. I completely agree. And the rest of the NFL today. So tonight just went final while we were on the pod. Bucks beat the Patriots. Bucks are 3-1. Pats are 1-3. You love to see the Patriots 1-3. I just don't like the Bucks, and I don't like Bruce Arians, and I think Bruce Arians is a piece of shit for what he did to the Arizona Cardinals. So I want them to lose. And unfortunately, I share the same birthday with Brucey Arians, Uncle Bruce, and that sucks for me. So thanks for ruining my birthday, Bruce. Washington.
You didn't ruin it, man.
Falcons.
You had an awesome birthday. Come on.
I know. Yeah. I'm sorry, Roy. Washington and Falcons. I watched that game. I mean, I got Terry McLaurin on fantasy, so I'm very happy about that. They kicked some ass today. The Bills over the Texans 40-0. This wasn't even close to a contest. The Bears and the Lions. I thought the Lions had a slim chance of winning today. If they were going to win, it was going to be today. And they still can't win. 24-14. Jared Goff did have almost 300 yards and 2 TDs, but man, are the Lions the worst professional sports franchise?
The Jets are making a case. The
Jets have been to a Super Bowl.
Yeah, but they're making a case, man. They have been so bad for so long. To be in New York,
they've won a Super Bowl, didn't they? Didn't they win Super Bowl
in the
3?
60s, bro. It was like
doesn't matter. They have that check mark, that hash mark, that number 1. We don't have that.
True.
Historically, aren't we like the worst franchise, like win percentage wise?
Win percentage wise, but we've also been around for 120 years as a franchise versus 60. You give the Lions another 60 years, I guarantee you that win percentage will keep going down.
That's
but
true.
also, we've been to a Super Bowl.
Yep.
We've been to a Super Bowl.
Have the Browns been to a Super Bowl?
Nope. Browns could be up there. But that franchise technically went to Baltimore.
True.
You see, it's kind of tricky. As the Cleveland Browns themselves, I mean, yeah, they're probably up there. Basketball, maybe the Hawks. Baseball, I mean, we need to have this debate sometime. We need to have the worst.
I'm gonna have to think about that. Yeah.
Worst sporting franchise ever, but the Lions are in contention. You're probably bottom 3.
Oh yeah, for
Congratulations. Congratulations. Cowboys continue to look really good. Zeke got on track today, 143 yards and a touch, beating the Panthers. We all kind of knew that the Panthers were a fake 3-0 team.
Yeah.
But the Cowboys are looking good, man. They're looking really good. I think we'll look at the standings in a minute. Colts beat the Dolphins today, 27-17. Both teams are 1-3. Good job, guys. The Browns and Vikings, 14-7. I just got done saying, I think the Vikings are actually better than their record, but now they're 1-3, and they scored 7 points today. Granted, they held the Browns to 14 points, and that's impressive, but 14-7. Ugh.
That's bad.
That's really bad. That is really bad. Here's one too. Any given Sunday, man. The Giants and Jets both won today. Weird things happen on the first weekend in October in football, and the Giants and the Jets won. It would have been really weird if the Lions won, but that's just way too much for the universe to process.
I don't know anything about that game. I don't know anything about that game, but I can almost guarantee you that Danny Dimes didn't have a turnover. That must be why they won that game. The Giants game.
I clicked on the wrong one. He had an INT right there. Yeah.
Okay.
He had a 28, 400 yards and 2 TDs, though. 400 yards, nothing to scoff at.
Yeah,
and then the Jets in overtime beat the Titans. That was actually a lot of fun while the Cardinals game was starting to have that on the Red Zone channel and watch that. The Chiefs go and beat the Eagles. Remember when everybody thought the Eagles were the truth, and now they're 1-3?
Yep.
Good job, Billy. Keep that up. We already discussed Seahawks and the 49ers. Ravens go in and they handle the 3-0 Broncos, who were another one of those fake teams. Packers are looking good too. Yeah. Packers beat the Steelers 27-17, and then obviously Thursday night, Bengals looked really good in the second half and were able to take it away from the Jaguars. I mean, I'm a Joe Burrow fan, so props on him. Tomorrow night, you guys got any predictions for tomorrow night's game? Raiders and Chargers. Jay, let's start with you.
Derek Carr's been balling out. He's looked really good. But again, I don't trust Gruden, so I'm going with the Chargers. Justin Herbert. He's having not as good of a year as Kyler or Carr, but that whole team is stacked from
solid.
top to bottom. So, Chargers.
Amit?
Justin Abear, baby. I'm rolling with Robbie Abear.
Justin Abear.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a big Austin Eckler fan too. I think dude is
Mhm.
mad underrated.
Yeah,
he's really good.
I think the Raiders are gonna be flying high in that 3-0. They're gonna go into SoFi. It's gonna be a loud Monday night game with the Chargers. I think the Chargers have a little more something to prove than the Raiders, and I think both teams will put up a fight, and it's gonna be a one possession game like 28-24. But I think the Chargers are gonna pull it out tomorrow. I really do.
Let me add one thing though, real quick, while you're pulling it up. So there are no Chargers fans. Like there's no such thing as Chargers fans. So that stadium is going to be like 80% Raider fans.
You could be right because it's in Cali. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, that is very true.
So just imagine if they stayed in San Diego.
Well,
crazy, right? Crazy that they would stay in San Diego.
There's going to be a million fights at that game. I'll tell you that right now.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Get on Twitter for the terrible fights. NFC. It's pretty obvious, man. The three other divisions, who the top dog is. It's obvious it's going to be the Cowboys. It's obvious it's going to be the Packers in the North. The Bucs are obviously the team in the South. And in the West, we might have two teams come out of outside of the winner. Two teams come out for the division or the extra playoff spots. We might even have three.
Yeah.
It's very stark. It's very obvious who the good teams are and who the good teams are not at this point.
Yep.
I mean, we can have the conversation. Maybe you can throw in a Carolina or the New Orleans Saints. Maybe they'll pick it up and get 10 wins. And maybe San Fran only has 9 or something, Yeah. But 3 teams in the NFC West are going there.
Yep.
Minimum.
Yeah.
And there's 7 teams going. So you got to add in another team. It's very possible every single team in the NFC West could get in. I'm only going to say no because we play each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it depends on how we play out of the division. But I was like, there's a really good probability. There was like a prop bet where you could pick like AFC West and NFC West, 3 teams from each. And like you could, I mean, it was like 20-1 or something like that. Like it paid crazy. And you're like, you know what? It's actually really possible that you can get 6 teams from both conferences there. You know what I mean?
I could see it.
That's crazy. Yeah.
I could absolutely see it. Let me see if this does it. Hey, it does not. Trying to find the hotkey. If anybody knows the hotkey, the hotkey to zoom in on Mac, it just is not working with what they say, and I used to know it. That would be great in the chat if you happen to know. Going up to the AFC, dude, the toast of the AFC East is the Bills, clearly. The AFC North is a lot of fun right now. Cincy, Baltimore, Cleveland. You could see 3 teams coming out there. Never discredit the Steelers, even though I think a lot of us secretly hope that they die off, and it kind of looks like they will. Yes. Cincinnati, I don't really know what to make of them, but they could make a run and surprise some teams. The AFC South looks like an absolute mess. It's 100% up for the taking between the Colts and the Titans at this point, because the Titans, they should be the clear winner, and they're not. No. They should be. It's amazing how good and how bad they have looked. I still expect them to win. I don't know if they will. The AFC West, what a wild ride we've got in the AFC West. Las Vegas Raiders will play the Chargers, so one of those teams will be losing and winning. Broncos 3-1, regardless of what we may think. That's the record right now. Kansas City, I think everybody expects them to come back. Tyreek Hill had a huge day today. A wild AFC West and NFC West. So there's a lot clearer picture in the NFC of who the good teams are and who the bad teams are. In the AFC, there's a little bit of mud in there. What are you guys seeing from the AFC?
Go ahead, Jay.
Like I was saying earlier, Derek Carr is balling out. They have they're performing a lot better than they were than I thought they would be. The Chargers, I think they're the clear favorite. I think they're gonna have more wins than the Chiefs this year. They just look more complete, and the Chiefs' defense is awful. And the Chargers figured out how to be the Chiefs, and it's time of possession. Keep the ball out of Pat Mahomes' hands, no wasted possessions, and just like let it go down. So I have the Chargers winning the AFC West, and probably Chiefs second, Raiders third. But it's a good division. I'm tuning in every week to watch those games because very scrappy.
Yeah. Absolutely. So next week's game, huge, man. Absolutely huge. Almost, it feels like every game from here on out is going to be more important than the next one.
Yeah.
Enjoy the win tonight. We're right back at it next week. We're home finally, but you know what? We're 3-0 on the road. We're 3-0 on the road. That is impressive for this team. With everything that we bitched about before the season, it is very impressive. I am so happy we won. I'm happy everybody was able to join us tonight. We've averaged about 5 to 8 viewers again, so please help us out. We're a new podcast. We're just getting started. If you guys could give us the thumbs up and share us out, we'd really, really appreciate it. Give us a shout out. Tell us what more you want to hear. Roy, we can only talk about Razorbacks and Falcons for so long on an Arizona sports channel. So tell us a couple more things that you wanna see from us as well. We are going to be back Wednesday night. Not really sure what we're going to discuss. Probably some Sun stuff, probably a little bit of everything, because there's a lot of good stuff going on in the Valley right now. There's a lot of really good things. So we'll throw in a little bit of everything. We're going to be back also Friday night after the Arizona State Stanford game. Another big game for the Devils. Stanford always kicks their ass, so we need to exercise some demons there. And then next Sunday night, we will also be back after the 49ers game, 9:30 though. Tuesday, check us out Tuesday, or check me out, excuse me. It comes out on Wednesday. We record on Tuesday. The Quest for the West with 49ers Cutback. I hope we get our correspondents from the other markets, because I'd really love to talk to a Rams correspondent right after that one, see how they're feeling, and kind of get the insight as well too. Amit, leave us with some words of wisdom, my friend.
So, I mean, this weekend was poetic for me because we are 4-0 and I turned 40. So I just love it, man. It just feels good, man. When things are cooking in a valley like this, like, we know the Suns are going to be good. ASU's playing good. Mercury are doing things like it's Diamondbacks, whatever. But it just feels good, man. It just feels so good.
What's a Diamondback?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
still can't even fucking tank, right?
Yeah.
Were they 51 wins or something like that?
Yeah, but they won today. If they would have lost today, they would have guaranteed themselves the number 1 pick in the draft. But they went on and won in a walk-off fashion and got the number 2 pick. Yeah. So bravo and fuck off.
Yeah.
I hate Ken Kendrick. That's another podcast. We'll have an Arizona Diamondbacks podcast at some point. Maybe when we get a first pick, maybe when there's some signings that go on. It's the off season for the Diamondbacks, so it's by far the best time of the year if you're a D-backs fan.
Yeah. You can't lose when you're not playing.
Exactly. And nothing but hype from there on out for the caliber of players that we get to sign. Jay, leave us with some words of wisdom, my friend.
Arizona Cardinals fans out there, this was the biggest win that we've had in the last 5 years. Let's take this, but let's only take this with a grain of salt. It's still a long season. We still have a pretty rocky schedule, but we're looking good. If Kyler continues to do what he's doing, and everybody stays healthy, and our secondary doesn't get injured, like this is going to be a great season for us. And I just hope we make it to the end and not finish how the Suns did. Arizona's popping off, like Amit said. The Mercury, they just whooped the Aces tonight.
Yep.
And just everything's
and the
looking
Coyotes
great in the
won.
Valley right now.
Sun Devil hockey won. Nobody could lose in the Valley this weekend. Weird things happened in the first weekend of October.
This was just a great weekend, and happy birthday to Amit and Coach. This was a great.
Thank you.
Yeah, this was a great present for all of us. I'm gonna be a little selfish here, but
So you got to remind me, Amit, when we beat the Lakers, was that in LA? When we
yes.
in Game 6? Did we? Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Jay, when the Suns beat the Clippers, was that in LA in Game 6?
I believe so, Coach.
And I'm pretty sure I looked at pictures while I was on the podcast to make sure that Arizona State did indeed beat the shit out of UCLA in LA. And Amit, where did you go to the game at today?
SoFi Stadium, Los Angeles, California.
Oh, that's right. So hashtag beat LA.
Yeah.
Arizona teams own the Los Angeles teams, at least for now. We're riding high. We're feeling good. Let's see what the week brings. Go Cardinals. Go Devils. Go Suns. 4-0. Life is good, man. He's on Fire podcast. Thanks for joining. Deuces.
Urbangachi sets. Looks up. And it is caught. Down strong.
That's coming. Matthews. Palmer extending the play. Crosses the field. Larry Fitzgerald.
He scores. It's over.
It's insane to the 4-yard line.
Crowder looking, throws it alley. Oh! He puts it down. He puts it down. They're getting a little wobbly. But it's